All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. And this time we are going head first into one of the wildest stories I've ever heard about. This is all about the world of crypto heists.
Yeah.
We're talking about a woman named Heather Morgan.
Right.
Maybe you know her as Razzlekhan.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She's this entrepreneur and rapper who turned out to be a convicted crypto thief.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? I mean, it really makes you stop and think, like, how could someone who is giving TED Talks and writing for Forbes, like, how could they be involved in one of the biggest crypto heists ever?
And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at today. Like, how did this all happen?
Yeah.
So to set the stage, right, we're talking about the 2016 Bitfinex hack. So for anyone who needs a refresher, Bitfinex is one of the biggest cryptocurrency exchanges out there. You can buy, sell, trade all kinds of digital currencies, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So how did Morgan and her husband end up in the middle of this? What did they do?
Well, it all goes back to 2016 when Bitfinex had this vulnerability in their system. Hackers managed to steal almost 120,000 Bitcoins.
Wow.
That was worth about $71 million back then.
A lot of money.
Oh, yeah, huge. But here's the thing. Instead of just cashing out right away or moving the Bitcoin in some obvious way,
Right.
they went to these crazy lengths to cover their tracks. I mean, we're talking about this huge maze of transactions. They were using dummy accounts and mixing services.
Oh, wow.
It was basically like a digital money laundering scheme
Oh.
on steroids.
Okay, so it's kind of like if you took a bucket of red paint and you dumped it into a swimming pool that's already full of red paint. Like, how do you even...
Exactly. You can't tell which is which.
Yeah.
That's what they were going for, making it impossible to tell the stolen Bitcoin from all the rest. But there's one thing they didn't think about.
What's that?
The blockchain. See, every single transaction on the Bitcoin blockchain, it's all recorded and public.
Oh, right, right.
So that's how investigators were finally able to catch them.
So how did they do that? I mean, how do you even begin to untangle a mess like that?
Well, it was really impressive detective work.
Yeah.
Federal investigators, they started by identifying a few of the wallets that were used in those first money laundering steps. Then they basically just followed the money.
Wow.
Meticulously tracking it as it got moved and mixed through all these thousands of transactions. And eventually they found a trail, like a breadcrumb trail,
Right.
leading to accounts controlled by, you guessed it, Morgan and Liechtenstein.
It's like a digital breadcrumb trail. That's insane.
Exactly. And get this, when they raided their apartment, they found burner phones, hardware wallets, even a spreadsheet with account details for tons of crypto exchanges.
No way.
Oh, yeah, and they were using this really sneaky technique called chain hopping, too.
Chain hopping. What's that?
Well, they would move the Bitcoin across all these different blockchains, like going from Bitcoin to Monero and back, just to make it harder to track. I mean, this wasn't your average crypto theft. This was sophisticated stuff.
I mean, that makes their double life even more interesting. Like, here she is building this persona as a tech influencer, even giving a TED Talk about how to protect yourself from social engineering and hackers.
Ironic, right?
That's a crazy contradiction.
I know. So it makes you wonder, was this some calculated risk?
Yeah.
Did they totally underestimate what investigators could do with blockchain analysis? Or were they just super arrogant, like they thought they could get away with anything? Hard to know for sure.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, too, because all this makes me wonder, like, what does this even mean for anyone out there who is maybe a little bit wary of crypto? Like, if this could happen,
Yeah.
does this show us that even if crypto itself is secure, the places where we're buying it and selling it, maybe those aren't as secure?
I think this case is a huge wake-up call for the whole crypto world, honestly.
Yeah.
It shows how important strong security measures are for these exchanges, like multi-factor authentication, cold storage for most of the funds, regular security audits, all that stuff is critical.
Yeah.
And for people who are using these exchanges, it's a good reminder to choose reputable ones, make sure you've got good security features enabled,
Right.
and really understand the risks you're taking.
Right. Because like with anything else online these days, we really need to be smart and protect ourselves. But this whole thing makes me think, too, about the cat and mouse game that's going on between criminals and law enforcement in the crypto space.
Oh, absolutely.
If criminals are coming up with all these crazy ways to launder money, what are investigators doing to keep up?
Well, they're definitely not just sitting around. We're seeing a lot more investment in tools that can analyze the blockchain and training for investigators.
Okay.
Agencies like the FBI and Europol are getting much better at tracking these transactions, even across different blockchains. And there's a bigger push now for international cooperation so everyone can share information and resources.
Right, because this isn't just one country or another.
Exactly. Crypto crime can happen anywhere.
It's almost like the Wild West out there. But the sheriffs are starting to catch up.
That's a good way to put it. And just like you said, it's constantly evolving. Criminals are coming up with new tricks, and investigators have to adapt.
It never ends, does it?
Never. It's an ongoing race.
Well, one thing's for sure. The story of Heather Morgan and Ilya Lichtenstein, it's a reminder that in crypto, what you see isn't always what you get.
For sure.
And even the most complicated schemes can fall apart.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what else is hiding out there in the world of digital finance.
Absolutely. Who knows what we'll uncover next?
Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with me today. It's been wild. Until next time, stay vigilant and stay informed.
See you then. Bye. Bye.